All right, man, turn the tone. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, man, I had a wonderful day today. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Hope everybody's doing good. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Come on in, man. You are a noun inside of the King of the North, the Night Kings, Torture Talk. You know what it is? So look, man, today's episode, we're going to be talking about Drake dropping a I don't be doing no edits, man. Drake dropping a new album. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying that it's going to be all him. It's going to be all him, a solo joint. And I got a lot to say about this, about the latest project he put out. So look, before we get into that, y'all got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. I know I'm corny. I know I know I'm corny today. I know I'm corny. You know what I'm saying? But one in the chat, all the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Shout out to all the donators. You know what I'm saying? Link is in the description. Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me the hidden gem. I went from 1,300. I'm messing up today real bad. I'm messing up. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000. And yes, I am the Night King, the King of the North. You know what it is, man. So look, man, bear with me today. I'm just so excited to get in front of this camera, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to forgive me for all the blunders, all the bloopers. You know what I'm saying? I might put that at the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. And yeah, let me know what kingdom you from. So look, man, we're going to get to it, man. Let's do it. So here's the thing. I'm real big on authenticity. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes if I mess up, I'm not going to start the joint over. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do that unless it's a huge blunder. You know what I mean? So look, man, let's get into this, man, because this is really interesting. Drake admits that he's coming out with a new album, and we're going to get into it. Let's go.
All right, so Drake got on Aiden Ross's stream, and I believe this is his second or third time streaming with Aiden. And in one point on that stream, he confirmed that he's working on a new solo album.
I've been listening to it. Yeah, of course.
Every time, every journey. Working on a new album right now. It's a
What?
slap.
Already? Solo album?
Yeah.
Bro, I never, and listen, I never seen nobody put their hoodie on like this. Now, I'm not picking on him. I'm not criticizing him. I just never seen nobody do it that way. I never seen nobody put their hoodie on like that. Usually niggas just go all the way through, but he did it the smart way. I ain't gonna lie. He grabbed the bottom of it and put it over his head. Usually niggas just they go in. Go in like an angel. Ah! try to find the hoodie part. Then if you on backwards, you got it like this. You got to turn it around. Nah, he did it smart. I ain't gonna lie. He did it smart, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He did that one smart. Look at this.
I've been listening to it. Yeah, of course.
Every time, every journey. Working on a new album right now. It's a
What?
slap.
Already? Solo album?
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
And then
Nah, bro. Nah. Bro. I ain't rolling. I'm not rolling, bro. I ain't never put my hoodie on like that, bro. Never. Maybe it's just me. Maybe some of y'all out here in the comments, maybe y'all did it like that too. I never put my hoodie on like that. Not one time ever in my whole life. And I got a lot of hoodies, as you can see. As you can see. I got hoodie helly. You know what I mean? That's me, hoodie helly man. I don't know, but look, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But let's run it back and let it go through.
Of course.
every time, every journey. Working on a new album right now. It's a
What?
slap.
Already? Solo album?
Yeah. And then Shout out to everybody that's been showing us love though, for real, on every song.
It's crazy considering how his Some Sexy Songs for You collab tape with Party Next Door just dropped a couple months ago, and already Drake is talking about a new album. And to me, this probably means.
So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna get that on a shirt. Here's the thing. The reason why Drake is talking about a new album right now, because a good portion of those songs, matter of fact, all of those songs fell off the charts. Only one that's there is No Kia and Give Me a Hug. And Drake can't stand the fact that Kendrick Lamar is still where he's at off of one album, off of the GNX. He can't stand it. He can't. And plus, if y'all think that what's the name is coming up, the tour is coming up. If y'all think these songs are gonna fall out the top 10, when that tour happened, those songs gonna all shoot back up. They're gonna shoot back up. And then another thing too, Not Like Us anniversary is coming May 4th. Euphoria anniversary is coming. All these songs anniversary is coming. People are gonna react to it again, listen to it again. It's gonna get pushed back up again. Especially Not Like Us. So when you see this right here, and he's talking about something, he's coming out with a new album. Yeah, he know what time it is. Cause if Kendrick decides to drop another album, he's still dropping songs from GNX, videos. He only dropped 2 videos so far. If he decides to drop a video for Peekaboo and Hey Now and TV Off, he drop a video for TV Off. Come on, bro.
Means that he's not going to be promoting Some Sexy Songs for You as much as before, especially with Nokia being the hit off of the project. He's going to keep promoting that record, but as a whole, I don't think he's going to be promoting that project. And like I said in my previous videos about Party Next Door, I feel like Party is just an afterthought. Not in general, but collabing with Drake on that tape, that's just what it looks like. And on the stream, Aiden asked Drake which one of his albums is he most proud of, and he said nothing was the same.
What's your favorite album you've ever done? Come on, don't duck.
Bro, I've never seen nobody like Aiden Ross, bro. It's like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, and I'll be honest with y'all. I feel like Aiden Ross and Drake has hijacked hip hop. I feel like, and I ain't gonna totally blame it on them, especially not totally blame it on Aiden Ross, but I feel like they don't really belong in this space. I feel like Aiden Ross don't belong in this space because he don't really know anything about hip hop. He like Drake, and that's it. But it may be like a couple of artists. He knows names, but for him to be where he's at, I don't know. Cause some of these dudes' personality just I just don't see how they get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because whatever, but is Aiden Ross Jewish? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just asking because Drake's Jewish and he's Jewish. I don't know. But yeah, man, this is crazy, man.
All right. Probably,
The work you're most proud of. Come on. Which, by the way, I'll tell you.
Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same?
I don't want to downplay any album. Every album is just like turning the page, but
Love that.
it's just like sometimes it's not gonna be what it was in chapter 2, you know?
I understand.
Or even maybe don't think of it like that. Maybe think of it like it's not gonna be what it was like when you first like met Harry Potter and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And this isn't really a shocker, really.
I told y'all, in my opinion, Nothing Was the Same as his best album. But he didn't write most of that album. I'm sorry to put the news out there. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? But even he is admitting that that's his best album to him. You know what I'm saying? Because if he say that Nothing Was the Same as his best album, let's see something. Hey Siri, when did Nothing Was the Same come out? In 2013. So he's saying an album that came out in 2013 is his best album. How many albums did he have after that? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that, in my opinion, Drake still want to live the good old days. This is why he keeps himself around a lot of young people. If 2013, Aiden Ross, hey Siri, how old is Aiden Ross? Hey Siri, how old is Aiden Ross? So Aiden Ross was what, 8 years old or 9 years old when that album came out? He was 9. He was 9. So if Nothing Was the Same came out when Aiden Ross was 9, Drake wants to go back to that. That's why Drake hangs out with young people, because he wants to relive his young days. In my opinion, that's what I think. Let's keep it going.
Because he has said on multiple occasions that Nothing Was the Same is his best album, that he's proud of it. He puts that album number 1.
I was mad because my favorite Drake album is Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah,
and I feel
that's
like
my favorite album.
Is that your favorite? Yeah. Why is it still your favorite? And I feel like maybe Kendrick's Ascension at the time, was part of it, but I feel like it wasn't fully embraced as I thought it should have been.
Yeah, I don't know. As time progresses, I have a lot of people come to me and say, you know what? I like Nothing Was the Same better than Take Care. It's just time has to pass for people to I also make music that ages well. So sometimes you have to revisit some of the projects and realize how well they were.
Tuscan Leather still goes.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why.
Bruh, when he said that Kendrick is sent, bro, I don't think nobody actually caught that part in the, I'm glad I watched this. I don't think nobody actually caught that part in the interview. He said Kendrick's is sent. He basically saying like, when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, it was like this. And Nothing Was the Same. It was like, it couldn't keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, even though like when Pimp a Butterfly came out, it came out after Nothing Was the Same. But still at all, like, it's so crazy how let's watch that again, because I don't think people even picked up on that. And you can see his face, he kind of mad about it. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like salty, not mad, but he kind of salty about it. Look at his face. Oh my God. This is crazy. Look at this.
Proud of it. He puts that album number 1.
I was mad because my favorite Drake album is Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah,
and I feel
that's
like
my favorite album.
Is that your favorite? Yeah. Why is it still your favorite? And I feel like maybe Kendrick's Ascension at the time, was part of it, but I feel like it wasn't fully embraced as I thought it should have been.
Yeah, I don't know. As time progresses, I have a lot of people come to me and say, you know what? I like Nothing Was the Same better than Take Care. It's just time has to pass for people to I also make music that ages well. So sometimes you have to revisit some of the projects and realize how well they were.
Tuscan Leather still goes.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why Nothing Was the Same is my favorite album is because of the fact that it was probably my most concise album, and within that concise offering was a lot of great shit. Yeah. So it's like, I didn't need to go make, for example, 25 songs at that time. I think there's like 15 songs on there or something, and it's like, it's a great number. I just like where it sits, and I like the ratio of there's not too many songs on that album that I can look back on and say, I would have done something different there. I really do like that body of work.
And will Drake's new album be on the level of Nothing Was the Same?
Absolutely not. No. I'm going to tell you like this. Drake, if he comes out with a new album and it's an all rap album, that's going to be different for him, and people are going to like it because it's an all rap album. If he has no singing on this album and it's just all pure rap, he just rapping on every beat, people are going to like the album. Now, I will be honest with you. It might not do as well because people are kind of over Drake coming out with a hip hop, just a straight rap album. But I think that at this point, he kind of have to, I would be disappointed if I heard an album and it kind of sounds like any other body of work he did. Because if you think about it, all his music, most of his music, except for maybe Nothing Was the Same and maybe Thank Me Later, was mostly singing songs, mostly R&B or whatever you want to call it. He didn't really have a lot of rapping on a lot of those albums. Now, I think the one with him and 21 Savage, Her Loss, that is his most rapped album in my opinion. I think he rapped mostly that whole album. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's the closest you're going to get to him rapping. I believe that whole album is mostly rap. So that's it. But outside of that, I don't think he's ever going to get back to that. Nah. I don't think he's ever going to get back to that because he ain't got Quentin Miller. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got those people that was doing them songs. You know what I'm saying? Back then, he ain't got them. He have to come up with something new. And then some of these people, they ain't got the ideas. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
It's obviously no, because Drake is in a different part of his life right now. He's seen so many different things, and he's also not the same person he was at that time. There's not enough hunger in Drake. Yes, does Drake drop a lot of projects? Yes, obviously he's dropped a ton of projects since Nothing Was the Same. But the hunger isn't there. Drake's more formulaic these days and knows how to make a hit record. Drake is no stranger to that. Even to the people that don't like Drake, they can admit that Drake makes hit records.
I mean, I don't know about that anymore. I don't know about whether we know Drake can actually make a hit record. I don't know about that because he just dropped the album and only 2 of the songs really went on the charts like that. And maybe Nokia's maybe get to #1 eventually. It probably will. But I don't know if he can make a hit record like he used to. I don't know. I think people are programmed to say these things. But if you think about it, Nokia was the only record that Drake got to the top in a year and got to #2 in a year. So how can we say that he know how to make a hit record when he released multiple songs and only one song went to #2 in a whole year? How can we say, yeah, Drake is a hit maker? Yeah, he's a hit maker from the past, but right now, and then, you know, another thing too, I gotta say this, man. I think a lot of us, when it comes to Drake, we give him a pass. And I think that people are so used to Drake being at the top or being at it's kind of like a normal reaction for Drake to be where he's at. And I think it's kind of weird that we won't say the same thing for Kendrick, even though Kendrick Lamar literally had a song in the top 10 for a whole year. But we're not praising him and saying, well, Kendrick Lamar can't make a hit. Not saying that this dude is talking down on Kendrick. I don't think he is. But I'm saying it's just the general audience don't acknowledge that Kendrick Lamar has been kicking Drake's ass on the charts for a whole year. He's been kicking Drake's ass for a whole year on the charts. And these are songs that not even a direct diss to Drake. And he's been kicking his ass. And nobody's saying anything about that. Nobody's saying anything about Kendrick Lamar actually taking hip hop and putting it back at #1. Nobody's talking about it. It's like like Drake is struggling to get to #1, and people are like, they hoping and praying that he gets to #1. Like, yes, I can't wait till next week when Drake gets to #1 again. And then we can say, yeah, see, he's the GOAT. And it's like, bro, he's been struggling. He dropped over 40 songs, and only two of them went to the top. What are we talking about here? I just don't understand. And then, like, when people say, well, Apple Music don't make no difference. And then when Drake gets #1 in Apple Music, yeah, Apple Music, that's what he #1 again. It's like, y'all just said that it doesn't matter. Spotify don't matter. Oh, don't matter. Kendrick got more subscribers than him or followers. It don't matter. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. What did I tell y'all about Nokia versus the Kendrick song Luther? What did I tell y'all about that? What did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all in 3 days he has surpassed Drake and Drake song in 10 days. So in 10 days, Luther's probably going to be 20 to 30 million views, and Drake is still going to be 11 million views. So what are we talking about here? I don't understand the argument here. Let's keep it going.
I mean, it may not be the same as back then, but Drake can drop a hit. And some might say that he doesn't have the hunger as much because he's on top or was on top for a while. So him creating another Nothing Was the Same is impossible. Drake's last solo album was For All the Dogs, and that dropped in October of 2023. And that album sold over 400K first week. And that was right after dropping Her Loss with 21 Savage, which also sold 400K first week. And For All the Dogs.
And all of this was before the battle. You like, okay, we can admit that before the battle, and if we're gonna, and that's another thing too that I hate what people do. Whenever it comes to Drake, they always use numbers and metrics, but they don't use quality of music. They only talk about the metrics. Oh yeah, well, this album sold this album sold that. Okay, well, there's other people who sell albums as well. Why are we not talking about them and putting them in the same conversation as him? GNX sold more albums than For All the Dogs and for Some Sexy Songs for You. What are we talking about here? It sold more than both of those. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing when it's like, when people always use these numbers for Drake, it's like he gets this number pass, but nobody else gets it, but only he gets it. Like, come on, bro.
Had a lot of hype because Her Loss had, a bunch of hit records. It did really good. People really enjoyed that project. So when Drake announced that he was dropping a solo album, of course it was going to do great numbers. But it didn't live up to the hype sonically. It still sold well first week, so we got to give it credit there. I'm just really curious with Drake's new album. What is he going to be talking about? How is it going to sound? What is the theme and what will he address? Because let's just say Drake had a very, very interesting 2024. Can't forget a little bit of 2025, but yeah, you guys get my point. In my opinion, if Drake is gonna be dropping another solo album, he shouldn't be having a bunch of features on there. He should low-key go the Honestly Nevermind route. And I don't mean how the album sounds, but not having that much features, having 1 or 2 or 3 features at most, maybe 4, but yeah, I think he should kind of go that route and just focus on the music, no gimmicks. And just because someone's best work is behind them, it doesn't mean they can't drop a solid project in the present.
Here's the thing too, and again, I don't think this guy is defending Drake at all. I'm just saying in general, this is what people were saying. So just get that out your mind. I'm not coming at him. I'm just saying in general. But another thing too, that when he just said, I agree, people could drop a solid project. But see, this is my biggest issue with Drake. Drake hasn't dropped a solid project since what? Maybe Scorpion. Outside of that, all the rest of his projects is mid to trash. Like, how many, and then y'all gotta ask yourself, how many songs do y'all remember off these projects? How many songs do you remember off For All the Dogs? How many? How many songs you remember off for Certified Lover Boy? How many songs you remember off of these other albums that he have? How many? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, and to me, you don't have to be a Kendrick fan to remember some of Kendrick's songs. A lot of y'all ain't Kendrick fans, and y'all know what TV Off is. Y'all know what a good portion of Kendrick songs is. Y'all know what Hey Now is. Y'all know what Reincarnated is. Y'all know what Man in the Garden is. You ain't even a Kendrick fan, and you know more songs. You know more songs. You know more Kendrick songs if by name. Now the thing is, when you hear Drake song, that's something different. But a good portion of Drake songs, nobody really know. At least now. They don't know the names. And if they do know the names, they don't even know what project they came from. Like, they'll be like, oh, that's just Drake's song. That's it. A lot of y'all don't even know what album Hotline Bling was on. Y'all don't even know what album Tootsie Slot was on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
times. But I don't know. Some people say it's already over for Drake in terms of making a good project. Some people already checked out on him. Everyone has their opinions on Drake, understandably so, because he's been around for so long, dropped so many songs, albums, moments, beefs, so many different things. You know, he's been around for a decade plus, and he will always have his loyal fan base by his side. And speaking of a loyal fan base, Academics hopped on that stream with Aiden and Drake via phone call and talked for like 45 seconds, and this is what he said.
Yeah, where's the bottle at? He's drinking, you know he is. Obviously. Look, of course he's on Don Julio, look.
And he never gave me the sponsorship still, but yo, Drake, hey, the hottest song on the album, Somebody Who Loves You, you on P&D, I'm telling you, I'm rushing the stage when you perform that. I'm rushing it.
I'll let you be on stage. How about that, man?
Yo, I'm throwing Chubbs out the way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Chubbs is definitely watching.
I'm taking the mic from you. You're not gonna drop hits.
All right, say less then. Say
Art
less.
act. Art act. If you don't got a call. Hold on a second.
Skulls is dumb. All right.
Bye, Act.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
I don't know. Don't y'all find it crazy that Drake did 2 streams with Aiden and didn't do one with Academics, when we all know Academics loves Drake and always showed him support and would die for Drake. We all know that, so I find that kind of crazy, but I don't know. That's just me. Maybe they have something brewing in the future. I don't know. Because Drake and Academics do talk, but they just haven't done a stream yet. But
The thing I think, this is what I think. I don't think that they're really friends like that. That's just my opinion. Like, I mean, I don't really get into who friends or who ain't friends, but I know I did a topic on that. But I'm just saying, I would say this about these two. I think Drake is going to use Academics as a last resort. If he ever does a stream with Academics, it's because he needs to do one with Academics. Now, even though we don't like Academics, he's the closest to hip hop that Drake can get to when it comes to doing an authentic interview. When it comes to it, now he could do Drake could do interviews with other people. I'm saying that people he know in his circle. Now he could obviously do interviews with other people who are better than Academics, but he would probably go with Academics because Academics is tapped into all the people who like Drake and who don't like Drake, and everybody would watch that stream. If Academics and Drake did a stream, it's going to do numbers. I'm not going to lie. It's going to do numbers. I think that it's going to be a glaze fest. I think that's another reason. Well, then again, I don't know because Aiden be glazing this dude too. But I think that he's going to use Academics as a last resort for a stream. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But outside of that, I think that Academics tolerates Drake, but I don't think he really, and I think Drake tolerates Academics, but I don't think he really like Academics like that. Because my thing is Academics, even though Aiden probably is he has the bigger audience, maybe, Academics is much more tapped into our world, even though he's really not, he don't belong here, I would say, but he's tapped in more than Aiden, much more than Aiden. And I think that, see, my thing, Academics, to me, I think, you know what, let me finish this and I'm going to give my take, man, because I got a lot to say.
I think it'll happen in the future, just not now, I guess. But anyways, that's how I felt about Drake announcing that he's dropping a new album. If you got to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching.
All right. Yeah, all right, so this is how I feel. I think Academics and Drake, I think they have this type of weird relationship. And he's saying that he'll allow him to be on stage. Okay, who knows? Drake could say anything. Don't know. Until it happens, we'll see. But I think he's only going to use Academics as a last resort. But I think the biggest problem between their relationship, in my opinion, is Academics can't be real with Drake. And he is so biased. Like, if I had ever had a chance to interview Drake or Kendrick, I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna ask neutral questions. I'll save my biasness for maybe off camera or on if it's something else. But I'm not going to be as biased because my thing is, you still have to be neutral when it comes to these things. Now, you could give your opinion. I think Kendrick washed Drake 100%. And that's not me being biased. He washed him in every song. There's no way around that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me giving a fair interview, that's what I would do. But see, academics, he can't do that. He can't do that. And I have to give him a level of respect because he'll tell you that he's biased. But then again, if you think about it, he was saying the same thing about Kendrick on Everyday Struggle. So you can't really take what he says serious. Like, he's confusing. He's confusing to most people. You can't really take what he says serious. He's confusing. So that's just my take on that. Now, as far as the new album goes, I think it's gonna be more of the same because Drake hasn't learned anything. And if he's saying it's gonna be a bunch of slaps on there, he's looking for hits. He's not looking to make good music. He's looking for hits. What he got to understand is music has evolved. It might not have went too far or deviated too far, but it's evolving past him. If he's not going to do anything to keep up with Kendrick or whoever else is in the driver's seat, which is Kendrick, he's not going to make it. I don't care who you are. That's why you don't see too many artists dropping music like that. At least big artists I'm talking about, not the low-level artists or the artists that's not as big as them. You don't really see. But that's what I'm saying. Where's all the music at? People say, oh, Kendrick made it boring. A lot of artists, I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is my personal opinion, a lot of artists are waiting for someone to save them. They need a style to mimic and copy. They need a style to mimic and copy. And remember I said that. Artists nowadays looking for someone to mimic and copy. They can't copy Kendrick, so they sitting out until somebody comes along with a slap or a hit or something that they can mimic. Because a lot of these artists can't make music. They don't know how to. Even the writers don't know how to. They're waiting for someone to do something that they can copy and then keep it going. That's what it is. And they can't copy Kendrick. He's too hard to follow. You don't know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you copy him, you sound too much like him. You be like, oh man, you copying Kendrick. But if it's anybody else and it just sound like anything, like we remember the turn up era. Everybody had to turn the song. Everybody sound the same. Everybody. I'm like, damn. You put a song on, the beat sound the same. I was going in. I was going in back in the day. Oh, I loved it though. I ain't gonna lie. I loved it. I loved the turn up ever. I really did. I really did. Even when the top artists started getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross and like, yo, I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this. It was a lot of energy. Turn up was a lot of energy. I think now we're in a different era. We're in a different space. And artists have to have some type of, because you got, only people that's really doing stuff that of people that talking about is Doechii, Kendrick. They're doing something that people can actually gravitate towards, makes them think, and it's good. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get on it, man. Get on it. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace, bye.